All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's class. You're doing has been your week. I hope you have an amazing week. So, if you're joining us again, good morning, welcome to class. Welcome, 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 welcome. We've been waiting for you. Uh, so, uh, let me see, let me see. Okay, so I'd like some response in the chat section, in the chat box. So, good morning, has been your week. Hope you have an amazing time and are you set for today's class? Come on, let me see some, let me see some response in the chat box. I'm saying good morning and nobody's interested in replying me or responding to me.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for responding, but please next time use the chat box, please. Thank you. That's Abulai, right? Yeah, Abulai, good morning. How you doing? Alero, good morning. How you doing? How's been your week? Benga Sambo, good morning. How you doing? How's been your week? Mary, good morning. Welcome to class. How's been your week? France, I want to keep going. Okay, sorry. Let me see. Okay. Snalero, Singling. Francis, good morning. How you doing? Welcome to class. Pedro, good morning. How you doing? Welcome to class. Akinloye, good morning. Welcome to class. Has been your week. Abalai, good morning. Welcome to class. If you're just joining us, good morning. Welcome to class. Has been your week. Let me see your response via the chat section. Let me know you're in this class. I don't have ghosts. We currently have like people. Sometimes we might have people in the class, but some of them are ghosts. The online class has made it easy for people to be in a class but not be in a class. Understand? So just set up their device and they walk away. Chris, good morning. How you doing? Welcome to class. GGQGI, please kindly rename your device. Francis, your computer is broken. Hey, yeah, sorry. My condolences. Sorry, is it condolences or my sympathy? My phone also broke during the week. Just yesterday, right? Was it yesterday? No. On Monday night. When you can explain how your device just gets off your hand. Like I was holding my phone. The next thing I saw was the phone was on the floor and the screen was gone. Screen was gone. All right. Once again, if you're just joining us, welcome to class. How's been your week? Hope you are having an amazing week so far. Samuel, Abi, good morning. Welcome to class. Once again, if you're just joining us, we've been waiting for you. Good morning. Welcome to class. Adams Cosmas, sorry. Good morning. Welcome to class. Your week has been great. That's nice. Welcome to class. If I have not greeted you, if I have not called your name, I want me to call your name. You have to comment it in the chat section so I can call your name. That's the way to call your name. All right, so just a minute more and we'll get started with today's class. So just trying to settle down for others to come in. So if you're just joining us again, once again, good morning. Welcome to class, and I hope you've been having a great week. Hilary, Hilary, Hilary Umwang, Hilary. Let me just call you that. Hilary, good morning. Welcome to class. Hilary, next time you just so you send the message to the general group. It's because you sent to me personally. That's why I see it. So Hilary, good morning. Welcome to class. That's been your week. Tambaya Sani, good morning and welcome to class. Oh, you said to all the participants. I thought Tambaya said good morning to all the housemates, and I'm the head of the house. All right. All right. Once again, if you're just joining us, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to class. I hope you've been having an amazing week, and we've been waiting for you to kickstart today's class. All right. So I think we can start. We can go ahead with today's class. Okay. So once again, my name is Mark Oyuni, and I welcome you to HIT Digital Marketing program. We started off on Monday with a welcoming note and an amazing class. I want to call it an amazing class. It's an amazing class on email marketing, right? So we start off with email marketing. We learned a lot about email marketing. We learned the in and out of email marketing. We learned the strategy that embodies email marketing. Then we also went out to uh, carry out a practical example of how to conduct an email marketing campaign. So we opened an account on Mailchimp. We saw we could add audiences to our contacts or audiences rather. Then we also saw we could create a sign up landing page where people can sign up for our email campaign, for our newsletter, our emails, and everything like that, free offers and everything. So we also saw how we could craft out an email campaign and send it out to all our audience, all our contacts in our audience, right? So we also went ahead to give out an assignment. So we gave ourselves an assignment to go practice email marketing, right? So today, before we start today's topic, which is definitely going to be a brand new topic, I would like to open the floor for questions from last class. So if you had a question from last class, probably you missed the class, you later watched the video or something, and you had a question, or while you were trying to practice the assignment, you just have a question. So the floor is open now. For those people who are just joining us for the first time today, you can communicate with the instructor by raising your hand. So there's a raise your hand feature on your Zoom. You could use that to call the attention of the instructor if you have a question or something. Then you can also use the chat section to drop in your message or question while the class is ongoing. Please, at no time should you unmute yourself without the permission of instructor so as not to cause distraction, right? Okay, perfect. So the floor is open now. If you have any questions from last class, you could raise your hand or use the chat section to drop that.
Jamie, oh yeah, you should come outside.
Ken, please kindly mute everybody. Pedro, yes.
All right. Hello. Once more. Good morning, sir. I had a little problem when I was doing my assignment. Hello. Can you hear me, sir? Hello.
Yes, I can. Loud and clear. Please continue.
Okay. I had a little problem while I was trying to do my assignment. I went to the platform, the email platform, Mailchimp, to create an account. Where my problem started was the creating in the audience. I couldn't actually see the manage audience. You said that we should click once we get to the audience. So as I was struggling to do that, I couldn't really explain what just happened and where I found myself. I landed and I got banned, just like I don't just know. So I had this very, big problem going back again to create an account. So I just got so confused at the end of the day, and that resulted to my not doing the assignment. So I'm just kind of asking, can I also create another account using another email, since the first email, the platform is still recognizing it as an email that has been formally used? Should I create another email and create another account, or I should just move to another platform?
Okay, Pedro. Okay, so yeah, thank you. So you sound like a church member talking to a pastor, the way you were saying problem, I have a big problem. That's where my problem started from. When people are giving testimony, and my prayers started from. All right, so yeah, that's our like to today. So okay, yeah, so the account has been banned, right? So you could go, if it's outright banned, then you can't do anything again. You just have to go get a new email to open the account, right? So probably you click something somewhere that I can't explain. I don't know what you clicked, right? So if it's an outright ban, then you can't use the email again. So you have to have use another email to create the accounts on the same platform. You can also use on the same platform, right? So, but for the audience, right, it's quite easy. Just if I want to watch the recording again, it's just at the top right hand corner, right? It's just at the top right hand corner. So yeah, Binka Samuel, yes, just raise your hand. You could raise your hand so I could unmute you. Binka Samuel, Mary, raise your hand so I could ask you to unmute. So I now start scrolling down to be fair. So just raise your hand. Okay, yeah, perfect. Then Mary, yes.
The thing is, when I created the mail and I sent out the PDF file, I noticed most of the file or the messages went to my spam email. They were not like, and the message I got was something like, this message is coming from there's this kind of warning message that it gives, like it's not coming from a good account. So that's why the message was going to the spam. Secondly, I also asked a friend to register so I could see if you also get the message, maybe the PDF file that I was sending out, but he did not get it. So then am I to now create another profile or a PDF file to send out to such people that are registering new?
Uh, so yeah, I think if I get a question now, so for the spam of a thing, right? There are so many things that contribute to a spam. Number one, if the person is not subscribed to your account, then or if the Mailchimp feels that this person is not subscribed to your account, then the email will go to spam, right? Then if you are sending to a Gmail, right? Gmail has this classification of primary, promotions, and social. So most times Gmail, when they feel like it's coming from a email marketing platform, they take it straight to promotions, right? So that one we can't do anything about the Gmail part. Uh, the other one is your message. Sometimes if your message looks like something spammy, the subject line, the body looks like something spammy, or looks like something like a promotion, something like that, it or like a marketing kind of thing, it automatically takes sometimes to the spam. But I'm going to share with the class a tool that you can use to check where your message is going to before you send out. Then if people have joined your audience and you send out a campaign, you send out a message to people who have subscribed, right? And somebody has subscribed tomorrow, the person will not get the message, right? So you have to resend again. So it's just like me, I just joined the WhatsApp group today, and you send a message today, right? If another person joins tomorrow, the person will not see the message that was sent yesterday. So the same thing happens to the email. So what you might want to do is just like give a period of duration, or you can use the automation sequence. So you can just check the automation feature, and it's just so simple. So you can set it down. So for everybody that subscribed for newly, you could set the message that will go out straight to them, right? So I hope that makes sense. Akin Loye says, for me, I have. Okay. Ken, you want to give an answer to Akin Loye? Okay. So anybody else with a question before we start to this class? Binga, Samuel, you said you had a question. Please, can you raise your hand so I could unmute you? Akin Loye, Ken is going to give you an answer to your question. Binga, I'm waiting for you so we could kickstart to this class. Binga is clapping. Binga has also raised your hand. You're clapping. Anyways, you can unmute yourself and Hilary, Benga, please, I'm waiting for you. Hilary, you want to send that message to to Ken. Yeah, send a message to me privately. So you want to click on Ken's name and send that message to him, or just send it straight to the group, right? To the public. Benga, you want to ask a question before we move on, or when you start this class? Francis, can I edit my landing page after I must have published it? Definitely, yes, you can edit it. Just go to your campaigns. When go to your campaigns, you'll see the campaigns that are currently running. Then click on edit. You can edit it. Yes. Okay, so it seems Benga is already for today's class. Sorry, he's not ready to ask his question. So I'm just going to meet him back and we can continue today's class. So once again, if you're just joining us, good morning and welcome to class. If you missed anything, not to worry. The class is being recorded, and immediately after today's class, the recording of the class will be made available to you. All right, so let's kickstart today's class. So today's my question is up. Uh, I didn't I didn't catch your question. Benga, you want to resend the question? I can't get it. I just type it again. I can't get it because I just scrolled up. I didn't get the question. All right. So today's class is gonna be on like an introduction to digital marketing. Okay. Is it compulsory to only use the traditional legal means to get email for marketing? What about bulk marketing? Since everything has a downside, right? Like so, if you go by emails, right? I'm not saying you should do, but you could go buy emails and put them up in your distance. But there are so many issues with buying emails, right? Number one, they might not even be your audience. I'm still going to talk about that in social media marketing, so you understand why you need to send message to your audience. So they might not even be your audience. Imagine sending message to someone in Canada or in US about your business. They're not going to. It's just waste of time. So you don't know the emails of people you are buying. Number two, it might not be functional. Those emails might not be functional. It might be emails that people don't even check again. So there are just so many downsides to it. And number three, Gmail and MailChimp are going to suspect that this person is subscribed to your mail, and most times they're just going to spam. Just going to send your email, or they're going to flag your email as spam, and the person might not get to even see it, right? So that's just some issues with bulk emails, buying emails. But you could, if you know, you trust the source you're buying from. All right, so I've answered that. So today we're going to be talking about so we're going to do a brief overview about digital marketing. Then we're going to move straight into social media marketing. Today we're going to be talking extensively on social media marketing. Like I said, I like to tell you about the stream. I like to tell you about the water in the stream. I like to tell you about the depth and size of the stream before I take it to the stream and feed it with water. So today we're going to be talking extensively on social media marketing. Today is going to be on strategy, right? So be ready to judge, be ready to write. We're not going to really do any much practical at all. It's just going to be we shaping our thinking and understanding about what social media marketing is all about, and how we could uh, use it effectively, right? So yeah, so digital marketing. I will talk straight about social media marketing. So get set to hear me talk for a very long time. So you have to be attentive so you don't miss a point out, right? Don't miss a point out. So I'm going to share my screen now and kickstart. All right, like I said, today's class is going to be social media marketing. So understanding social media marketing and how to create an effective social media strategy. So anyway, you see SMM, that's social media strategy. That's social media marketing. And anyway, you see SM, that's social media. Yeah. All right. So what are the key takeaways or things we're going to be discussing in today's class? Number one, we're going to be talking about social media marketing, why social media marketing, then channels and how to use them. We're going to be talking about buyers persona. We're going to be talking about social media goals. We're going to talk about social media KPIs. We're going to talk about social media tools, and so on. Right. So let's start from the basic, which is what is digital marketing, right? So before we all go all uh what's good, making it look so bulky and everything, just start with marketing. What is marketing? Marketing is a process of creating awareness about a brand's product or services, right? So now explain digital. Digital is a platform like where the internet and everything comes in. So now, if you have to explain digital marketing in layman's time, it's just you creating awareness for a brand's product or services using the various digital channels, right? So that's basically what digital marketing is all about. So it's the marketing of products and services using digital channels. Now, the key objective most times always to promote the brand through various digital medias, right? Then when we're talking about the various channels of digital, we're talking something about stuff like websites, social media, search engines, what have you. So those are the various channels that fall under digital marketing, right? So basically, digital marketing is just making use of various digital channels to create, to market a brand's products or services, right? So, uh, okay. So now, what are the various channels digital marketing that digital marketing covers, right? Now, let's take it a step back now. So years back, we definitely had a form of or ways that marketing was being done then before digital marketing came to play. So digital marketing per se is not a new thing. It's just a change of platform they were using. Years back, we had the offline media, which is like your billboards, your radio, your flyers, your posters, your newspapers, your TV jingles, your radio jingles, and everything like that, right? Those are the forms of marketing we have back then. So, when you're talking about offline channels now, or when you're talking about offline marketing, they also have channels. So the same way you have your out of home marketing, which is OH, which includes your billboards, your posters, your flyers, your lampposts, your wardrobes, and everything like that. That's a channel under the offline. You also have radio. Radio is a channel under the offline marketing. TV is a channel under the offline marketing. Print media, the print media such as your posters, your banners, your newspapers, are also your flyers are also channels under the offline media. So the same thing we have in digital marketing. So digital marketing also, so when you're talking about digital marketing, so it's not just about okay, it's just one social media marketing. No, social media marketing is not digital marketing. Social media marketing is a channel under digital marketing, right? So what are the various channels we have under digital marketing? We have email marketing, we have the PPC, also known as pay per click. We have so PPC is just pay per click your ads. So all those ads you see uh that people click on, and the the advertiser gets to pay a certain amount of money. So adverts such as the ones you see on your favorite websites, right? We also have search engine optimization, SEO, popularly known as SEO. So SEO is just when people go to various search engines such as Google to look for a business, and the website or the business location pops up and everything like that. We also have display advertising. Display advertising is just running ads on some specific websites, just like when you visit a website and see some banners of some ads and everything. Those are display advertising. Sometimes display advertising also covers video advertising. So when you go to your YouTube pages and you see some video ads popping up before you watch a video, those are also under display advertising and video advertising. Then we have the most popular one, which is the social media marketing, right? Making use of various social media channels, platforms rather, to market a brand's product services. We also have content marketing, then we have affiliate marketing, we have online PRs, mobile marketing. Mobile marketing involves all those ads you see on your mobile apps. Maybe you're using an app and you just see an ad pop up, or you're playing a game and you see an ad pop up. Those are under mobile marketing. Then your SMS is also under mobile marketing. Then your Joe ads. So maybe when you come into a particular location, you just see your phone send you a push notification uh, about an send a push notification, a marketing push notification. Those are also under mobile marketing. But mind you, like I said in my monologue when we began the class yesterday, day before yesterday, digital marketing is always it's an evolving platform, right? Like we're still day by day going deeper and going wider when it comes to digital marketing. Like new stuff are popping up, new platforms are coming in. So these ones are listed on the screen right now, and not limited. Digital marketing is not limited to that. There's also chatbot marketing. Chatbot marketing is not listed here, but you know chatbot marketing. Chatbot marketing. So a vivid example would be your banks. When UB was using Leo, UB using Leo, then some bank using Atiada or something like that. Those are all chatbot marketing. So my point is that digital marketing is not limited to these, right? It's evolving day by day, and there are new platforms popping up and popping up, right? And like I explained in the last class that I am of an opinion, or I have my own theory that every digital marketing channels you have right now is an offspring of or took a bearing from the offline media, right? And this tends to help me when I'm creating strategy, right? Because I tend to understand how the platform works offline. Like, what was the rationale, what was the thinking behind this platform when it was offline? Now, I tend to bring that same thinking into the online space and see how you could effectively make use of that. So, like I explained in the last class, like email marketing. So, email marketing was like for me, is like a an offspring of letter writing back then when branches were send letter newsletter via post office to their customers back then, right? So then I also explained how we're asked to also write the letter to our uncles and our sisters, and the way we do construct letter is always there's always a personal note and personal touch to it. That's thinking kind of, gave me an understanding of how you could, make use of email marketing effectively, right? So let me give another example of how I think online marketing is an offshoot of offline marketing. So take for instance your billboards, yeah. So your billboards are always big and everything. They're always located in areas that are prone to traffic, right? Where people frequently pass and they could see the message up on the billboards, right? That is the rationale behind billboards. They want to go places in a strategic location where there's always either traffic or where there's always traffic in two ways. Number one, standstill traffic, like motors are not moving, they're always spending time there, or traffic in the sense that people are always passing there, right? So that was the rationale, or that's like the thinking behind billboards back then. Now, if you should come to online space now, your online billboards would be something like your display advertising. So your display advertising would be all those kind of banners you see. So maybe when you visit Linda KG or you visit Pulse.ng's website or you visit Legit.ng's website and you see all those banners at the top of their site. Now, why are advertisers paying to have their banners on that site? Advertisers are paying to have their banners on that site because those websites have a huge number of traffic daily and monthly, right? So now they feel like, oh, Legit.ng has like a million visitors in a month or a million visitors in a day, rather. Linda Cage has like a million visitors in the day. Wow, that makes sense. Let's go put our banner at the top of the site. So when people land on the site, the eye goes straight to there before they scroll down uh, into the message they want to read. So you can see how the idea offline translates. So if you want to run display advertising now, you wouldn't just say, oh, because people are running display advertising, just go and look for one website and dump it there. No. If you look at the perspective or the thinking behind the offline, which is that we must always look for a place where there's traffic. So you too, when you want to run your display advertising, you go look for a website that has enough of traffic. And not even enough of traffic, you go look for a specific location where uh where you could put the banner so that people could actually see the message you're actually passing across, right? So like if you could just see that and sometimes feel like, oh, this digital marketing channel, what was it like offline back then? And if you see the way it was being treated offline, you might it might give you a better understanding on how you could treat it online, right? Lastly, let me give you an example. Lastly, so you remember back then, when we want to, maybe you're looking for a new business, right? Or you're looking for the phone number of a business. You're looking for the phone number of NIPOS. You're looking for the phone number of NITEL, or you're looking for the office of NITEL and everything, or you're looking for a tailor, a fashion designer somewhere. Back then, years back, there's this page, there's this book we used to buy them, business directories, phone book directories or business directory, or sometimes people call it as yellow books, right? So that those big books that you buy, then you flip and you start looking for, maybe you start looking for a mechanic or a tailor or somewhere. Then you see the name of the business, you see the phone number, and you see the location. Then you can copy the phone number or call, or you can copy the location and go visit them and the services they're offering. Remember, so you remember that those books back then, right? Now, what is the uh what is the equivalent, or actually equivalent, or what is the twin brother of it now in the digital space? The twin brother will probably be your online directory. So you have business directories online too, right? So that's why when you go to Google and go search for fashion designers in Lagos, you have some result that pops up. You see the Google map, it shows on Google map, and you see if you're registered on some business directory like uh Connect, V Connect and that thing, they pop up too. Now you understanding that offline back then, when people are looking for new businesses, what would they go to? They'll go to directories. So if you're handling a new business, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to go register that business on almost all available online directories. So when people are searching for you, it could come up, right? So you see, so that's just my own theory about offline marketing and online marketing. So I hope it makes sense, and it's something you could you find valuable and you could also use thinking your thinking going forward, right? Okay, enough said about that. Now let's move straight into the business of the day, which is social media marketing, right? So the same thing. If you want to explain social media marketing, just explain marketing first, then explain social media, right? So social media, we all know the social media platforms we're talking about. So you have your most popular social media platforms to be your Facebook, your Twitter, your Insta. Oh, Twitter is no longer in Nigeria. So Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your TikTok, your what have you, so many social media platforms, right? So now when we're talking about social media platform marketing, what we're really talking about. So it's just the use of various social media platforms to promote a brand's product or services, right? So most times social media marketing is always directed at increasing the website traffic, increasing engagement about a brand, creating awareness about the brand, uh, going about sales, bringing about engagement. People call the brand and everything like that. So that's mostly what people use social media for, right? Then now, when it comes to social media marketing, right? With all this that we said, like it involves increasing website traffic, brand awareness, and everything like that. It's always it's always been propelled by one thing, which is content, right? So it involves the creation of various forms of content to achieve this purpose or achieve the goals that have been stated earlier. So it involves you creating tailored content in order for people to get the message you're passing across, or in order for people to engage with whatever you're doing, so to say. So basically, that's what all social media marketing is all about, right? So let's go ahead and see how let's dive deep into social media marketing and see uh, more more information about it, especially when it comes to strategy part of it. Now, you might be wondering why social media marketing, like why is everybody always shouting social media marketing? Why is social media marketing? So let me give you this. Let me give you this first. Now, so if I explain the various points of why social media marketing, let me explain this. Okay. Now, look at the figures on your screen right now, and let's take our bearing from here. Right now, look at the first figure in your left hand side on the screen. It says internet users in the world. Internet users in the world. That is 4.9 billion. Yes. That's 4.9 billion internet users in the world. Still counting. So you can look at the last figures. I can see that is still rolling and counting per second. So it's moving per second. So as of now, we have 4.9 billion internet users in the world as of today. So probably if I check back in the next 1 hour, it might have crossed over to 5 billion. Billion, yeah, is that billion? Yes, that's billion. All right, so that's that. Now, internet users in the world, 4.9 billion. Now, that's one. Number two, total number of websites in the world right now, still counting 1.8 billion websites in the world right now, still counting. Uh, then look at this. Like, I'm so interested in this. Emails sent today, total numbers of emails sent today, still climbing up rapidly. We have 123,000, sorry, 123.1 billion emails sent today, and it's still like rolling per second. So you can see the way it's still rolling per second. And some people have the opinion that email marketing is dead. So if email marketing is dead, what are these emails being sent out? Why is emails being sent out? Are they just being sent out for fun? So that's that. So let's check this again. Google searches today. Google searches as of today is 3.6 billion searches made today, still counting rapidly. Blog posts written today, 3.5 million blog posts written so far today. Tweets sent out today. Tweets sent out today. That's 372 million tweets sent out today. And Nigerians are not even tweeting. If Nigerians are tweeting, we're gonna probably double this number. Let's look at video views today. Okay, so yeah, so I'm more interested now in this, which is social media. Tweets sent today. That's 372 million tweets sent out today already. Then let's look at YouTube. Now YouTube has 3.5 billion video views today, and still climbing up rapidly. Look at Instagram. So Instagram has 42 million photos uploaded today on Instagram, and still counting up rapidly. So we now have this stuff. We now have that in Nigeria. So I'm gonna skip that. So let's move to Facebook active users. So Facebook active users, we have 2.8 billion active users on Facebook, and still counting up rapidly. Google Plus is on the active. Twitter. So Twitter active users, we have 376 million active users in the world, and Nigerians are not. Thanks to our government. Pinterest, Skype. I'm gonna skip all these. Right, I'm gonna skip all these. Computers sold today, 300,000 computers sold today. Online, just pay online. Smartphones sold today, 1.9 million smartphones sold today, just online. Does not put into it does not put into account all the laptops and phones sold at Computer Village today or at Alaba today. So you can see all these statistics, and then let's go explain why social media marketing. So why social media marketing? Do you want to say out of the 4.9 billion people on the internet today, your customers are not among? Or out of the 372 million people on Twitter today, you have no business being there, right? So why social media marketing? Number one, improves brand awareness. It improves brand awareness. How does social media marketing improves brand? Oops. Oh, sorry. So I've just been informed we need to go on our first break for today's class, right? So yeah, let's go on our first break for today's class. Just 10 minutes, we'll be back to continue from where we stopped. Okay, so welcome back from that break, and let's kickstart the class from where we stopped immediately. So before we went on the break, we were talking about social media marketing, and we've done a little bit introduction about social media marketing. Then also went ahead to see some pattern figures about social media or the internet space generally. And now we're talking about why social media marketing. So basically, I'm gonna start with one which is improves brand awareness. So social media marketing improves your brand awareness. Uh, why? Because you have access uh to over the 4.9 billion people available on internet space. Now, one thing that when it comes to social media, when it comes to brand awareness for social media marketing allows you to create a top of the mind awareness uh, for your audience, right? So you could market or you could create an awareness for your brand to the point that your customers can identify your brand even without even hearing from you. Like it gives you the ability to be in their faces, number one, to also create a top of the mind awareness in the sense that you could reach them back to back and you can reach them to the point whereby they get familiar with your brand. They can rightly identify your brand's visual indicators such as your logo, such as your color. They could see your content somewhere and say, oh, this is I know that brand. Or they could see your product somewhere that, oh, I know that brand. Just the same way you could be looking for an MTN store or an MTN office and you just look far ahead and you just see one yellow rectangular or one yellow square logo and you know, oh, that's MTN over there. The same avenue social media marketing gives onto you. And even you agree with me that there's some brand content or there's some brand creative you see, even without seeing the brand's name there, you could rightly identify that, oh, I know this brand. So social media marketing allows you to create that brand awareness. So you could forever be in the faces of your customers day, morning after night, morning after night, right? And just be there, feeding them with the right content, feeding them the right things that make them want to still stay glued to you. And at the long run, you are creating a top of the mind awareness in them that yeah, at the snap of their finger, they could say, oh, that is a brand. At the snap of their finger, they could think about the best brand to help them carry out these this work, right? Another point is going to be higher conversion rate. Social media marketing guarantees you an higher conversion rate. So when we make conversion rate, what do we mean? Conversion rate is just uh conversion rate is just the percentage of people or how often people actually take action from what they are seeing from you, right? So like for instance, if I come to meet a if I go out today and I spoke to 1,000 people about my new phone, right? And out of the new phone, out of the 1,000 people I spoke to, only 10 people decide, like, you know what, I'm going to buy that phone from you. Like that's taking action. So conversion is just you getting your customers to actually take the action, like take the action to actually buy from you or engage with you or call you or do something. Like that's just conversion, right? So now, uh, so now, social media marketing guarantees you an higher conversion rate in the sense that people could hear from your brand and automatically or at the snap of a finger, at the snap of the finger, they could immediately carry out the action you're asking them to do, right? So now, take for instance, the offline marketing. Take for instance, you are in the traffic and you see a billboard from Domino's Pizza or from Debonia's Pizza, and they say like, oh, buy a pizza for as low as 500 naira today and get two for free. Now, if you saw this like, wow, I love this deal, I'm going to get this deal, and now you know the steps you have to take. The steps you have to take was that you have to drive out of that traffic, number one, then locate the nearest store available. After you locate the nearest store available, then go line up on the queue to actually buy what you want to buy. But from the point of view, actually driving out from that traffic and navigating to the nearest store, you could so many things would have happened. You could have gotten discouraged, like, no, this stuff I'm not interested again. Or like a call could have come up and you couldn't just go that far again. And you just turn back and say, you know what, I'm going. And off you go. But with social media marketing, it guarantees you higher conversion in the sense that people could take an action at almost a snap of your finger. You're advertising your pen, you're advertising your discount sales, All they need to do is just hit the push button, click a button, and uh, they're there. They can hit a button and get more information about you. They can hit a button and order for your products, order for your services, and so to say. So social media marketing guarantees you an higher conversion rate. Then lastly, it's going to be cost effective. Cost effective. Social media marketing is one of the most cost effective marketing platform out there now. Now, if we should maybe flashback years back to the offline marketing, how much people have to spend on billboard, how much people have to spend on radio jingles and TV jingles and everything like that. But now with social media marketing, even the smallest business or even a business without any capital could actually be on social media and still make a good ton of money from that because no matter the amount you have, social media marketing welcomes you. If you have if you have a million naira, social media marketing welcomes you. If you have 1,000 naira, social media marketing welcomes you. If you have 100 million naira, social media marketing welcomes you. So it's very cost effective with a reasonable result for whatever money that you're spending on it. So basically, this I sum up almost why the basic why of social media marketing just three things. So this is for people who might try to convince a client or something. So those are some of the points you could make use of to convince a client or something, right? Okay, so let's move. Now let's look at some of the key. Let's look at some of the uh, key terms when it comes to social media marketing, right? So uh, so every it's just like you go into a new maybe a new industry or something. Every industry kind of have their own lingo. They kind of have like major terms you have to just get familiar with. So social media marketing, if you're going to be spending a lot of time in social media marketing, these are the major terms you would definitely have to work with back to back. You will hear it from morning to night. So why not just get familiar with them now? So let's quickly talk about some of these basic and most important terms in social media marketing. Number one, content. Content is king, content is queen, content is the fire, content is the fuel, content is the firewood, content is whatever thing you can think about that brings life to a thing. Content is the basic of social media marketing. Content, so basically what's content? Content is the way how it's the way and how you communicate to an audience. Content is the way you speak. Content is the way you laugh. Content is the way you say we are here. Content is the way you say buy. Content is the way you say sell. Content is the way you say hey. Content is the way you say good morning. Content is the way you say good night. Content is just the way you communicate via social media marketing. And you, like I said, content is like the spark, the fire, and everything. So you need to invest heavily on content creation. Without content, nobody's gonna see you. Without content, nobody's gonna turn their face to you. Without content, nobody's gonna want to interact with you, right? Without content, nobody's gonna understand what you're doing. Without content, nobody's gonna say, yo, hey there, what do you do? Right? So content is king when it comes to social media marketing. Content is king. Content involves various forms such as your creatives, your flyers, your social media flyers, your social media posters. Content also involves video making, videos in whatever format. Your content also involves articles, writing of articles, information articles, infographics, whatever form of content you decide to engage in. Sorry. Music is also a content, sound is also a content. So whatever form of content you decide to engage in must be rich for your audience, right? Must be rich for your audience. So you hear this a lot as a social media manager or marketer. Content. What's content? You want to see your content calendar. Want to see your content. What content are you planning? What is your content strategy, right? So the same way you go on Instagram, say we go on Twitter or something, and you follow some particular people, you follow them because of the content they share. You follow Don Jazzy or you follow Brother Shaggy or you follow Lasisi because of the content they share. So you find the content funny, you find the content informative, you find the content uh enlightening. Can people also say the same thing for your own content? So if you cannot even grade your content, my content engaging, my content funny, is my content enlightening, is my content informational, is my content just good, then why do you expect people to follow you? So most people tend to shout, oh, my social media marketing, people are not following me, or my social media, people are not liking my post, people are not commenting my post, people are not sharing my post. The last time you shared someone's content, the last time you shared a post on Instagram, or you shared a post on Twitter, or you shared a post on Facebook, did the owner of the content ask you to share it? Definitely not. The person they have to share the content. But because you felt the content like, man, this content makes a lot of sense. Let me send it to my friend. And that's why he said to your friend. So if you are complaining that people are not engaging with your content, people are not commenting, people are not sharing your content, it's because your content probably does not make sense. Right? Or the content is not meant for the audience. We're still gonna talk about that later. So that's number one thing, content. Number two is going to be context. Now, content and context works hand in hand. How or why? Now, content is just context, right? Context is just how you make use of the content. Now, we know we have various social media platforms. You have your Facebook, you have your Instagram, you have your Twitter. The Facebook and Twitter does not work the same way. Twitter and Instagram does not work the same way. They all have different ways at which they work, right? So you cannot carry the content of Facebook and decide to go operate. Oh, you cannot be on Twitter and decide to operate like you're on Facebook. A vivid example would be that Twitter has a character limit of 230 or 260 thereabout. It's actually 30 or 260 characters. On Facebook, you can write an epistle of 1 million characters. Nobody cares. But on Twitter, your whole one tweet is just before it was 160, but now it's around 230 or 260 characters. Now, would you go and bring your content on Facebook of like 1 million characters that people have to click on, read more, read more, read more? Will you bring that same content into Twitter and expect it to thrive? No. So context is just making use of the right content for the right platform, making use of the content in the right context for the platform. So you could have a content on your Facebook that's on your blog post that's around 2,000 words. That same content does not fit into the context of Twitter, does not fit into the context of Instagram. Instagram is a video sharing app. Oh, sorry, a photo sharing app. Although is switching to a video sharing app. Mark Zuckerberg just announced that some weeks back that Instagram is going to become a video sharing. So they'll probably not support pictures again, just only videos, right? So now you cannot bring uh Facebook 2,000 posts and say you want to take it to Instagram to go post. It doesn't work because the context doesn't work together. Emmanuel, can we say the context is also the quality of information in the context? No, 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 no. So quality of information is a different thing entirely. But context is just you making use of the right content for the right platform, right? So now, have you noticed that there's some brands, there's some kind of content they post on their Twitter, but they don't post on their Instagram. There's some kind of content that they only make it for what's it called? Make it for Twitter. Just like your Instagram reels now, your story reels and everything. You can't bring Instagram reels and say you're posting it on Twitter. It makes no sense, right? I don't know how many of you remember the bank wars. Let me say tongue hands up if you remember the bank wars. Does anyone here remember the bank wars? So the bank war broke out on Twitter and it was only on Twitter. Like even the brand that tweeted it was only on Twitter. Nobody remember bank wars. Bank was the fight between Sterling Bank, GT, First Bank, Access Bank. Anybody? Oh, okay, perfect. Somewhere. Somewhere. I was almost thinking I might be in business class. All right, so yeah, somewhere. Perfect. So majority of people just did not know bank was. All right, so let me quickly show you what happened in bank. So just to buttress the part of context, right? Okay. So the bank war only happened on Twitter, right? The bank war only happened on Twitter, let me see. Because so this to explain the fact that there's some kind of content that only thrives on the platform. Like you need to understand each platform and how they work, and how they work, right? Then you know the kind of content that thrives on them. You don't end up frustrating yourself by trying to create the content. One content cannot go on all platforms, right? So oh yeah, sorry, Twitter is banned in Nigeria, right? Okay, so I'm gonna use it. It's all right. All right, so let me show you this. Okay, guys. Just a second. Okay, perfect. So I got it. All right, so this was where the bank was tied up. So I'm going to explain this very quick. So I just want you to explain the understanding when I'm in context. This was where the bank was tied up. So if you remember, bank was private for me 20. Let me see. It's been a while. I'm trying to see here. 2018. So yeah, it was 2018. So bank was 2018, right? So now it's also started with Sterling Bank. So Sterling Bank tweeted this picture only on Twitter, like it was not on the other platform, because they know what they're heading at. They're heading at people being they're just trying to be witty, trying to be savage, and try to cause some commotions and banters and everything. The only place you can get people to get banters and to cause a lot of commotion and get people start talking immediately about something is on Twitter. You can't do that on Facebook, right? So this picture was only tweeted. They only tweeted it on Twitter, or it was only posted on Twitter, right? And this was everything that started the whole war. So they said in shooting for the moon, men become stars. So you can see the Sterling Bank logo up here. This is Sterling Bank logo up here, and you can see this guy on the rockets moving straight to the logo. So they are saying they shoot their customers to the moon and make them become stars, right? Now look at the down part here. This is where the whole fight started from. If you look at the first guy here with the arrows and everything, if you could clearly see that, that's Access Bank, right? So that's Access Bank. That's Access Bank. Now see what they're showing. The Access Bank is going to the back, like it's not taking their uh customers forward. They're actually taking them to the back. So that's why I can see the guy running the opposite direction. The next icon is or representation is GT Bank. So you know how GT Bank logo looks like. But now see the way they were being savage over here. You could see a guy at the back of the bars. Like so what they're trying to interpret is that GT Bank cages their customers, like they put them inside a cage and everything like that. And you can see this elephant. Obviously, that's first man. Now, elephant is moving. You know how slow elephants could walk, right? So that's what you're trying to represent. Then you could see this other guy, which is Unibank. So I guess it's Unibank. Unibank on a horse and going forward, but they can't fly. But now see them with their customers. They are heading for the moon and they're trying to make them the stars. If you look at the back too, we have the UBA building. You have the UBA building and some other things at the back there. So this was all what started the whole fight, and some other banks are responding. So UBA responded, First Bank responded, and Access Bank responded. I say UBA, Union Bank rather. GT Bank they respond. GT Bank they respond. So this was Union Bank's. This was Union Bank's response. Heading to the moon without a spacesuit, Johnny Message, right? So now, Sterling Bank is taking their customers to the moon without a spacesuit. You can see the guy just there. So Johnny Messi. So that I just being with kind of a thing. Let me see if I can get to that response. Let me see. Okay, so this was First Bank response to that. So what an elder sees while sitting, a child cannot see, even if it travels to the moon. Respect your elders. Yeah, that first bank. Let me see. Since Union Bank, First Bank, which other bank? Somebody has responded. Somebody has okay, so I can't get it. Anyway, so now, so that was your thing, like that was your that was your fight. But my point is that this fight only took place on Twitter, right? Because they understood the context of their content. The content, that kind of content can only thrive on this particular platform, right? So when it comes to social media marketing, you need to understand your content in terms of the context. So context in terms of what platform are you posting on, what kind of content thrives on that platform, right? You cannot go to Instagram and go post a 2,000 words character, but you can do that on Facebook. People could click read more, and everything. But on Facebook, sorry, on Instagram, you want to do a content that has to do around video, that is video inclined or that is creative inclined. Nobody has time to read a long thing on Instagram. The same thing for Twitter. Nobody wants to read a 2,000 character words on Twitter, right? Even Twitter will not allow you, except you add more Twitter and everything. You just want to be creative in the kind of content you share, like in the space of 260 words, make your message be known, right? So that's just context. So context in terms of the platform you're sharing determines the content you actually share on that platform. So you don't go about shouting. So imagine Sterling Bank had posted that picture on Facebook. People will just be commenting like, "Yo, comment" or something like that. But you cannot compare the way it blew up on Twitter to the way people are going to react to it on Facebook, right? Because being witty and being savage, everything is just for Twitter, right? So that's that on context. So let me move quickly. The next thing we need to get familiar with engagement. So engagement, you hear a lot of this, especially if you're going to work for an agency or you're working for a client. Oh, I'm not getting engagement on my platform. Oh, I'm not getting engagement on the other thing, right? So engagement is basically people interacting with the content, people interacting with your content, people interacting with your content. That's just engagement. So engagement includes your likes, your comments, your shares, your retweets, your reshare, your regram, and everything like that. Those are engagement, right? So these are one of the other things we also use to measure social media success. Sometimes people use that like, well, it's based on objective, on what goal you're trying to achieve on social media, in your social media marketing. But most time, most people count success to be engagement rates, right? And engagement does not necessarily convert to sales. That's what most things I we need to pass down to our clients. Engagement, because 1,000 people likes your post does not mean it will translate to sales. I can like your post, but I'm not interested in your products or services. The same way I explained yesterday, 1 million people can be following you does not mean a million people can follow you on social media does not mean those 1 million people are your customers. Okay, but can be following you for different reasons. They can be following you because you tweeted something that was funny to them, or you shared something that was funny, so they decided to follow you, right? So the same thing for engagement. Engagement does not necessarily translate to sales. So it depends on your objective, right? So, but that's what engagement is all about. Now, engagement will only come about via your content. If you don't share content that's informative, if you don't share content that makes a whole lot of sense, nobody's going to engage with it, right? Nobody's going to engage with your content. So content will determine your engagement rate and how it goes, right? That's for engagement. The next thing is going to be strategy. Strategy is second, or is first to content actually. Just like I explained yesterday, everybody is on the social media space playing the same game. What will differentiate you from another digital marketer is the result you deliver, right? Because we're all exposed to the same tools, to the same platform, and using almost the same thing, right? The same way, if Arsenal is supposed to play Madrid, or Barcelona is supposed to play Real Madrid, they both have the same. They are going to play on the same pitch, right? They're going to play the same 12 aside, 12 aside. They're going to have the same goal post. They're going to play the same ball, right? But what will determine who wins or who have an edge over another is the strategy that's being employed, the strategy the coach have decided to put in place, right? So the same thing also applies to social media marketing. You need to have a strategy. Strategy is the blood, or strategy is what guarantees you achieving your marketing objective or goals. And we're going to talk about that soon, right? Then lastly is KPIs. So KPIs, the meaning of KPI is key performance index or key performance indicator. So just from the word key performance indicator shows you
what your key performance are. Like they just indicate your key performance. But you're gonna be working more with KPIs. We're gonna be working with an agency. Basically, most customer or most clients does not really understand what KPIs is. But if you're going to work with the agency, you we have to work with KPIs. So KPIs are just what are your milestones, something like your milestones, what are the key performance, what are the key indicators that will tell us, oh, you're actually performing well. So imagine we set out for an objective of having 25% engagement increase, right? That's an indicator. So at the end of the month, we're going to check, oh, has this guy met up to the KPIs we set down? So KPIs could be impression. They might say, oh, you know what, for this 1 month, we want to have an impression of 1 million, meaning we want to reach out to over 1 million people on our social media. So that's an indicator, that's the KPI. So you're supposed to work towards that KPI, right? So at the end of the month, they're going to check, oh, what is the total impression we got for this month? Oh, we got 5 million. Okay, meaning we smashed our KPI. So that's just the meaning of KPI. So you have various KPIs in different formats. We're still going to talk about that in the other slides. So basically, the major key terms you're going to be working with when it comes to social media marketing. All right, so let's move. Now let's talk about curating an effective social media strategy. Creating an effective social media strategy. This is the part you want to stick to because most people just jump on social media marketing without even having a strategy. If you have to ask at least 100 business owners that make use of social media, they probably don't have a strategy. They're just there. They're just there. Like, oh, just there. It's social media now. Just go create something. All right, so let's go. Now, yeah, this is the part you want to actually pay attention to. Where do you start? Where do you start? Now, so most people or most digital marketers or most people digital marketers are not well informed or something. If you have to contract them for a job and say, you know what, come and be a digital marketer for this campaign or something like that. What most guys just like, oh yeah, how much are you willing to spend on this? And like, bam. Especially if let's say for instance, it's a new business like, oh, okay, how much are you going to spend? All right, my charges, this and this and this and this. So Emmanuel, please drop the question in the chat box, right? Uh, so uh, so we're like, oh yeah, let's rush. We're just gonna go straight. We need to be on Instagram. We want to be on Facebook. We want to be on this, and they just start off running, whatever they want to run, right? But where do you start from when you are creating a social media strategy? Number one, the foremost and the most important and the most reasonable place to start from is number one, know your customers, right? Knowing your customers. You need to know your customers. You kind of walk up to me and say you want to sell this and like, oh, perfect, give me, and I'll just start walking the whole street of Lagos. It makes no sense. Like it's being stupid. Because no, you have to know, okay, who is this customer meant? Who is this product meant for? Who is this service meant for? Right? No matter what you are selling, everybody on the whole wide world are not your customer. Even if you are selling as important as water, even if you're selling as important as water, because everybody drinks water does not make everybody your customer. Even if you are selling oxygen, the fact that you're selling oxygen and everybody needs oxygen does not make everybody on the planet Earth your customer. No, you need to rightly identify or know who your customer is or are. Know your customer saves a lot of time wasting on social media marketing, right? So it's just like Samsung just released a new phone, right? And they just contracted maybe for instance Emmanuel and say, okay, Emmanuel, go sell this to us. And next Emmanuel like, wow, perfect. And Emmanuel just because Emmanuel lives in Oshodi, permit me, Emmanuel. So because Emmanuel lives in Oshodi, next day Emmanuel wakes up and goes to Oshodi next day and started advertising Samsung phone. Maybe let's say Samsung phone cost around 1 million naira and started selling go stand at Oshodi. Maybe 1 week after Oshodi, he didn't get anything. Next thing he moves to Sango, no, Sango Tedo, yeah, or maybe Awoyaya now. Please just catch yourself. Catch yourself. so so it just keeps on moving and moving and moving about, and it's not getting it. So it's not getting it because he has missed the first point, which is to rightly identify who the customers are. Now, why do you need to rightly identify who your customers are? You need to rightly identify who your customers are because of the next stage, which is the right channel. After you must have discovered who your customers are, the next thing to determine your strategy is the right channel. What channel of social media am I to market my business on that will yield results? Most people are of the opinion that every business needs to have a social media account. Like every business needs to have all social media accounts. All business have to have a social media accounts. Like you have to be on Facebook, be on Twitter, be on Instagram, uh, be on like possibly just be everywhere. Only you open TikTok, only you open Snapchat, only you open Twitter, open Instagram, open Facebook, open LinkedIn, open Pinterest. Even Pinterest is not popular in Nigeria. Open Pinterest, open things. No, so it doesn't work that way. That's just you. You're gonna exhaust your own energy without actually starting or achieving anything. Right? So you need to determine the right channel to choose to market a brand for your services. You don't have to be on every social media platform. Now, determine the right channel to choose is going to be determined by your first stage, which is knowing your customer. If Emmanuel knows his customer, that his customers are people that earn at least 3 million naira per month, Emmanuel will not go stay or stand at Oshodi trying to market a phone of 1 million naira. Emmanuel probably go to, let's say for instance, Banana Island, or go to Lekki. Okay, no, Lekki is not very rich. Or go to Osborne, or go to Ikoyi, right? To go market the phone. Because it makes no sense marketing 1 million naira phone in Oshodi. Right? I'm not downplaying Oshodi, but I get the context of what I'm saying, right? So the right channel you need to open for to market a brand's products or services is going to be determined by your customers. That is why you need to know your customers. You need to know your customers. Oh, my customers are this, my customers are that. Where are my customers located? My customers are located on Facebook. Oh, my customers are located on Twitter. Have you not seen brands that that are not on every social media on every social media platform? I know brands that are not on Facebook. I know brands that are just solely on Instagram and Twitter. I know brands that are just solely on Instagram, right? So you need to rightly identify your customers. Your customers determine your channel. You don't have to be on every channel, or you could be for different reasons. It could just be for visibility reasons, right? But for like say uh I'm just targeted at sales. I'm just targeted at yielding good results. You just need to identify the channel that will give that to you, and you're just gonna be there. So that's the second stage. Number one, know your customer. Number two, the right channel. Number three, content creation. Like I said, content is the blood of social media marketing. So whatever you're doing, you have to heavily invest in content. Now, content creation cannot stand on its own if you don't know these first two steps. The first two steps is number one, your customers. You need to know the kind of content your customers relate with. The kind of content a university graduate or a university student relate with is different from the kind of content our fathers and mothers relate with. It's different from the kind of content a CEO or an MD or a marketing manager or a what have you relate with. So knowing your customers determine the kind of content you create, right? So take for instance, you go create something that is funny and something that is not everybody are interested in the skits of all your social media influencers or your skit makers online. Not everybody finds Tauma funny. Not everybody finds Brashagi funny. Not everybody finds Macaroon funny, right? So the same thing it works on social media marketing too. Your content creation is being determined firstly by your customers. What are the kind of content my customers love? If my customers love funny content, why not just go create content that are funny to sell your business? Oh, my customers are straight oriented. Like for instance, the MDs and the rest are Oh, these people are only interested in theories. They're interested in facts and figures. They're interested in facts that will blow their mind. They're interested in information that will blow their mind. They're interested in critical thinking. Find a way to create content around that will sell your business. That's number one. Number two, the channel you are on will determine the content you create. So take for instance, you are not on Instagram or you are not on Twitter. Oh no, you are only on Twitter, right? Now, would you not say because I mean I love storytelling, I love content writing, I can write the content of 1 million pages. Now like okay, well, let's rush to Twitter and start postings. No. So there are two things that determine the last stage, which is content creation. Number one, your customer determine the kind of content you create. And number two, the platform you are determine the kind of content you also create. So this is the first phase of your social media strategy begin. So immediately somebody contracts you for a job, I say, "Fine." The first thing is to sit the clients down. Who is your customer? Who is this product meant for? Who is this services meant for? Oh, that. Okay, so you go ahead and say, okay, where can I locate people within the age of 18 to 6 or to 25? Where can I locate people that are interested in this? Oh, these guys are mostly on Twitter, or these guys are mostly on Instagram. Okay, perfect. Let me weigh my options. So I think Instagram and Twitter are the best thing for me. Let me just open Instagram and Twitter. The next thing, content. What's my content plan? Oh, okay, I'm going to be sharing content, videos content. I'm going to share video content. I'm going to sharing picture content or creative content. Then what kind of content? What's my content direction? Oh, my content direction is going to be something funny or something serious or something that then you're good. That's the first phase of your social media strategy document. Now let's move on. I hope that's clear. I hope that makes sense. So to buttress the same first phase document is this so making social media one. If you can answer this question, then your strategy is good to go. Number one, who are your customers? You need to identify your customers. My customers are from age this to age that. They are light skin complexion. They live as social place. They live as social place. That's one. Number two question you need to answer: where are they located? Oh, my customers are mostly located on Twitter. Oh, they love being witty and being savage. They're always sitting on the go. They are located on Instagram. They love doing Instagram reels. Instagram. They love watching Instagram reels, Instagram stories, funny skit on Instagram. Oh, they are not located on LinkedIn because they're not professionals. They don't spend time on LinkedIn. Facebook, no, they are not really located on the Facebook. Now you've rightly identified where they're located. Number three, what do they interact with? What do they interact with? Oh, they interact with anything that is savage, anything that is banter in nature, like they're trying to throw bands, they're trying to throw stuff, or they interact with something that is funny. They interact with challenges. They interact with challenge, like they like all the challenge, silhouette challenge, bossy challenge. Those are the kind of challenge they like interacting with those kind of challenge. Makes sense. Last question: how do I reach them? How do I reach them? Means I have to go create content that they will interact with and have to share it where they're located and reach out to them. So basically, these are the four questions now. So that to sum up the first phase of your social media strategy document. Now let's move. Now let's quickly talk about the ideal customer's lifestyle. Oh, before I move into that, Emmanuel has a question. Yeah, Emmanuel, you may raise your hand. So I have two Emmanuels. I don't know which one. Emmanuel. Okay, any of the Emmanuels, just uh, yeah, can go ahead. Ask the question. Okay, so Emmanuel's already. Okay, so let's move on. So there is something we call the
I'm
customer.
ready. Hello. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Thank you for the class. I'm part of the ninth students. All right. I just want to get clear about some things because I went to your last class. I'm sorry if I'm taking you back anyway. Is it fine?
Is he on email marketing?
Yes, on the email marketing. Yes.
Oh, please wait till the end of the class, please.
Okay. And also for this one that you are training now, there's there there are some content online, let's say Brashagi, for example, that we post by 12 a.m. and before 6 a.m. in the morning, he has gotten up to 1,000 something shares. All right.
Yeah.
Is it that there are strategic people that share them, or is being paid? He engaged in paid Albert to share those things. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Pedro.
Yeah. Okay. Hello. All
Please go
right.
ahead.
I have a question, and the question is on the number 3 content creation, where you say that your audience and the right channel determines the kind of content that you create, which means consideration is given to who your customers are before you can make a kind of content that will, suit them. Now, my question is this: what in a situation where there is usually the saying that whatever one has, uh, you know, uh, passion in, he should build his business around that, and then, make a living from it. Let's say I am gifted in a particular thing, which is where my content revolves around. And I am creating content without considering who my customers are. Is it also good to say that after when you've known what your content is, then you can now search for where you can get the customers that can, that can serve as the consumers of that content? Am I right? Is it right if someone could think like that?
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that question. All right. Adams. How do you know your customer? We're getting there, right? We're getting there. Okay. So, let me answer the question, right? So for the brush, I didn't get. Manuel said, "Well, are you the one that creates content or that shares for Rashagi or something?" You said you are one of the 90 students or something. I didn't get it. Okay. Anyway, so now there's something called post notification, right? There's a way you like someone's content to the point that you want to hear from them almost immediately. Go check, go check. What's good? Have you seen when Marcus Girl posts something under 1 minute? He has like thousands of likes already. Under 1 minute, under 1 minute, like he has thousands of likes. Oh, night student. So okay, okay. Under 1 minute, he has. Oh, you're in the day class today. Under 1 minute, he has like thousands of likes or something. So for the shares that you're talking about on Shaggy's content, I think it's not paid promotion, right? Let's start from the organic. It's organic in the sense that people are just sharing. They like the content and they're sharing. People have turned on their post notification for him when he shares the content. When he uploads a content, they automatically notify them on their Instagram, and people just automatically go watch. They watch the video and start sharing to their people. Me, when it comes to share, I'm one of the heavy sharers. I don't share on my page though, but I have people on my DMs in my DMs on Instagram that we share content. I can just see a content they're like, man, it's not even video content or something like. Sometimes I may have a knack for interior decorations, right? I love interior items and everything like that. So if I see and I have friends that also love that kind of thing. So if I see any content like this, like or maybe a good flower vase or something, I would like, man, makes sense. I'll just share it straight to the DM of the person. It also counts as a share. So that's to show like there's some certain pages I now follow because of I want to see the latest interior decoration items and everything. Immediately I see them, I share them. Immediately I see them, I share them to my DMs, to my people DMs and everything. So it all counts. So that is organic, right? It's not it doesn't necessarily have to be that they are doing paid promotion from it. Or later on they could run promotion for the content, maybe to perform well. If the content is not performing well to perform well. But when it comes to the sharing, that's why I asked the question in the beginning. The last time you shared the content, did Brother Shaggy ask you to share the content? No. The flower vase I'm sharing, the owner of the content asked me to share it. No, but because it appeals to me, I like it, I share it. I like it, I comment on it. I like it, I hit the like button, right? So it's just normal. If your content it's me and I like it, I'm going to share it with people that I think loves it, right? So it's just normal for that for content. When it comes to engagement most times are organic. If your content makes a lot of sense, people are gonna engage with it without you even running out for it. That's that. Then for the other question on content creation and the audience. So following your passion. So now understand what I mean by content creation. Now, so we'll probably have to go into Francis, please can you just type the question in the chat box, right? So I could just read straight and instead of wasting to hear from you. Thank you. Because of time, just type in the chat box and I'll try to fill up. So when it comes to content creation, when I mean content creation has to be determined by audience in the sense that now I it's two ways, right? Your audience can inform. It's just like a pastor climbing a pulpit now, and everybody is interested in healing. Then the pastor felt like, no, because me now I have a passion for teaching. No, I have a passion for what's the for okay, I'm looking for the weirdest thing. Okay, so people like the dead people brought dead bodies and people brought sick people to church. And pastor like me, I don't care about what the audience want. I don't care about what you people are here for today. Today, I just want to tell you the story of my life. Like, so can you see, can you see that? That's just an example. That's just like a pictorial representation of that. So now, would you pastor now be sharing the story of his life and expect the audience to be saying, "Wow, right on, pastor," oh, thumbs up, pastor, and everything? No, because that's not what they need. That's not what they need. So they want that. So that is context. Uh, that is content creation for that. But there's content in terms of context, right? Why are brands not paying the likes of Macaroni and the likes of Shaggy to help them make a skit about their brand? Why not those brands just go design a creative and put, oh, come and buy land for us and get 10% discount? Why do you have to pay Brad Shaggy to make a skit for them to say, buy a land and get 10% discount or something like that? Now, because those brands understand that our audience likes this kind of content, which is being funny and being, just something skits that are being funny and everything. So now what they did was to create the content in that context, right? Now that doesn't mean they didn't change their message, right? Get that point. They didn't change their message. They didn't say because people now like something that is funny, let's go and start doing skit that has nothing to do with our business. No, if you still want to do skits or do something that's still funny, it has to still be your message. So now, number one, you have to have the message first. When you have the message, then determine the kind of context you want to deliver the message, right? So the same message that MTN will use to run adverts. So, like for instance, if MTN is doing yellow bonanza or something, it's the same message they will use to create a billboard advert. Will the billboard adverts resemble a radio jingle? No, they have to also find a way to create the message for a radio jingle. The same way they will take the same message to the TV. You will not see the advert of radio jingle and the advert of billboard and advert of TV look the same way. No, right? Because in terms of context, they have to align with what the platform allows. So it's the same way when I say your audience determine your content. If your audience likes something that fun, they like Brashagi the way he creates everything, or they like Patroni the way he does his skit and everything. There's nothing stopping you from also creating a content in that context, in the sense that that's why brands now pay Brashagi or pay Macaroni, because they know all their audience love those kind of things. So now Brashagi helps us create the content that revolves around our brand and share it. So it's the same message, but in a different context. I hope that makes sense, right? So it's not when it comes to your passion could be there, and you also find a way to then deliver the message in the way the audience loves it. Okay, so before we're going to break, let me quickly answer Francis' question. So Francis, two questions. in the context development with respect to the product, is the context development with respect to the product or location or both? Uh, what is the personal and individual capacity that a marketer needs to know or have in order to be able to productive in a business? Okay, we're still chill with question two, right? The class has not ended, so we're still gonna cover that at some point. But for the first question, the context development with respect to the product or location. Is this with respect to the product or location? Okay, so I'm afraid I have to ask Francis to explain. So Francis, before going to break, just where are you? Okay, so just explain question number one. I don't get it. So explain it about it. If you have any question, please drop it down. Hold on, Francis. If you have any question, please drop it down in the chat box, so that I could answer that immediately. We'll come back on the break. All right, Francis, go ahead.
Okay, what I meant by that was that talking about context.
Yeah.
Okay, I am actually seeing it in two forms or two ways. The context can be with respect to the location, like you were giving the example of selling Samsung phone in Oshodi instead of going to Lekki or I don't know where. I look at it as a location relative. So the context in which you will sell the phone. Then I am also looking at it from the angle of the product itself. You used Samsung. What if I am selling something like fish? Or I am selling something like groundnuts, which also I may have some buyers in that Lekki or something of that nature, but these are products of a little, I don't know, amount of 50 naira or 100 naira or so. So I want to understand when we talk about the context development, where do our attention need to be channeled, as in the greater percentage of our attention? Will it be channeled on the location where we want the business to be marketed, or the particular product in which we are selling? I don't know if you understand my point then.
Yeah, so I get your point, right? So Francis has taken the context. He has taken our context out of context. All right. So, but I love the direction at which you said. So he brought it to the part of location and listing. So yeah, it will work that way. But my context was in terms of content rather, right? But you have brought it to the physical realm, so it also still works in the physical realm. So if you are talking about you have a product in terms of products now, your product is a 15 naira product. Are you kidding me? There are products that are worth 15 naira on the mainland, but when you get to the island, people are buying for 1,000 naira. The same way, you go to Cubana club and club and what's it called, Cubana club, and you buy a bottle of water for 1,000 naira. I don't know, just saying. Buy a bottle of water for 1,000 naira. And same way you can buy in your street 500 at 15 naira or something like that. So context in terms of content, context that doesn't limit you, right? So because you have a product, you just need to put the product in terms of the context of people that want to buy it. So you feel like, oh, this people not buy the product because 15 naira. Then you package it in a way that will make it appealing to them. But in terms of location too, so you are wherever you want to focus on, it's fine. But my own context I was talking about was the kind of content you share on social media. But if you are bringing to the physical realm, right? It's both. It works for your location uh, and for the product, right? So the example that just came to mind now, the way you advertise in the show is different from the way you advertise in Lekki. That's the context, right? So you can go to and start shouting, hey, big, 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 big. And you might go to a residential area. Would you still make the same noise as a residential area? No, you have to go. That's why I see some guys on the there was this guy that was training one time that was selling bottled water in traffic with what's it called? With suit and tie, right? Suit and tie can appeal to people like, man, I love this guy. This guy is clean. Please give me bottled water. Unlike someone with Yoruba rapper of 50 yards, that's let me talk too much. So I hope that makes sense. So We cannot talk about, Emmanuel says we cannot talk about cost effective without content pricing and reward to the content creators. So how do we make sales in terms of naira we're into online comedy? Okay, so let's go on a break. I'll probably come back and answer that. How do you make sales in terms of naira if you are into online comedy like macaroni? Sales. Okay, so yeah, nobody. Man, I'm not saying you can contract macaroni, right? If you don't have the money for macaroni, so there are content creators that necessarily don't have to be like macaroni. You could also create something by yourself. You don't have to go create macaroni, pay macaroni to create the content for you. Although he has the platform, he has the audience, right? But macaroni charges like a 1 million. so so now my point, don't get my point wrong. I'm not saying we should go contract macaroni. I'm just saying you could see brands now make use of macaroni because you understand MTN probably cannot create the content that macaroni creates, so they pay macaroni to get. So if you feel like your audience also loves something being funny, there are people on Instagram now. Have you not following brands on Instagram? Some business owner on Instagram that share a meme. They share these memes now. They share the meme and find a way to improve their business there. So I've seen someone that share a meme of how I look at my customers when they are not paying or when they ask me if pay on delivery is free. People also relate with memes. You could also go copy one funny skit or something and post it and find a way to also improve this thing. So I'm not necessarily saying you need to contract macro, right? If your business cannot contain macro, it cannot. So that's I hope that makes sense. Right. Okay, so let's go on our final break for today's class and we're back. Still have a lot of things to go back. So back we'll try and do justice to we're still talking about strategy. So we started strategy. We've covered phase one already. So moving to phase two of developing strategy for our business. Right. So let's go on our final break. When we're back, we would do justice to the remaining parts of today's class. All right, so welcome back from the break. And let's kickstart from where we started today. So before we went to break, we started talking about social media strategy and how to develop an effective social media strategy. We've gone through the first phase, which involves uh, identifying the right customer, the right channel, and then content creation and everything like that. So let's move on straight up. Now, I want to talk about the ideal customer lifestyle, right? Or it's also known as the customer's journey, right? So some people call it customer's journey, some people call it the ideal customer's lifestyle and everything. So as a marketer, you need to understand this, that there's a journey that your customers go through before there's a journey your customers actually go through in the marketing process. So when you understand that there's a journey, uh, there's a process to which your customers go through before they actually buy something, then you understand that marketing doesn't just involve you waking up early in the morning and start shouting, "Come and buy." So you don't treat the online way the way you treat your shoddy, like the way buyers are the sellers are should they treat them. So they wake up early in the morning, carry bell and start ringing, bang bang bang, come and buy 1,000, come and buy now. So when it comes to online marketing, you need to understand that there's a process or there's a journey that your customers actually go through before they actually buy something from you, and that is what we call the customer's lifestyle or the customer's journey, right? So basically, there are three stages that a customer go through, either mentally or either marketing wise or any way. They will just have to go through that stage before they actually buy something from you. So uh, the general one is always three stages, but I like to go two step further by making it five stages for me. So for me, or if you're going to be hearing from Mark, it's going to be five stages. If you're going to be hearing from either internet or something, it's going to be three stages, right? So what are the stages? Number one is the awareness stage. Number two, consideration stage. Number three, decision stage. Number four, retention and loyalty stage. Number five, advocacy stage. Right? That's for me. So it stops mostly at awareness, consideration, decision. Now, what do you mean by this stage is now a consumer needs to be aware of your brand, of your products, of your services, then before they consider either buying from you or before they consider getting more information about the product or services, before they now finally decide to buy their product from you. They go through this stage either consciously or unconsciously, either just like this stage is just occur or just occur that way. So number one, you need to create an awareness about your products or services before people can get to know about the products or services. When people get to know about the products or services, you cannot tell me that your product is the first product in town, so people does not have what they are using before. A customer already has where they're buying something before. They already has what they are using before. So it's always a game of who could convince who, right? If you come up with a new toothpaste brand today, there's Close Up, there's Orabi, there's Abba, there is so many out there. Do you want to tell me that you're not currently using a toothpaste as of now? You are, but there will still be a new brand that will come out, and now it's not being a fight of I can win over these customers, right? So, so that's it, right? So we have the awareness, consideration, and decision stage. So it makes no sense. Like, okay, can you just paint this scenario yourself right now? That you're just walking on the street and someone just stop you, like, "Hey, what's up? Buy this product, 10% discount." The product, number one, you don't know anything about the product. You've never come across the product before. You don't know the brand. You don't even know any information about the brand, and somebody is offering you, even if the person is offering 90% discount, are you gonna buy it? Obviously, no. A sensible person will say no. So just catch yourself. So, like, general people are like, no, I don't even know you, like, shift away, right? So when it comes to marketing, you need to you need to uh, strategize with the understanding that there are stages to our customers journey. Our customers need to be aware of our products. When they're aware of at the awareness stage, they're not interested in buying. They're not interested in actually buying anything. They just come into the knowing, they just come into knowing of this brand, of this product. Like, yeah, well, okay, and they walk past. Now the next stage is the consideration stage. The consideration stage is when they now start thinking, oh, I saw this product yesterday. What does it? Does it really make sense? Are they trustworthy? Do they do this or that or that or that or that? Then the decision stage is like, okay, let me buy this thing. I'm okay now. Let me buy this thing, and they're done. So if you are crafting out your marketing strategy, you need to craft out your marketing strategy in this line. You need to craft out a strategy that creates an awareness for your brand or product. When you're done creating awareness for your brand or product, you need to create another marketing strategy that boosts the consideration, or that helps your customer in considering buying from you. Then the last marketing is going to be actually conversion, like trying to give people the opportunity, or trying to walk people through how they could actually buy something from you, and that's where it all ends. But for me, it moves straight to the retention and loyalty. Now the retention and loyalty stage for me is just that does not make sense for you to keep your customers. So imagine you spend a whole month trying to create awareness, consideration, decision, and finally you're able to get 100,000 people to buy from you. Now, does it not make sense for you to keep that 100,000 people, or you just want to throw them away? Then the next month you start all over again? No, because that's what most businesses do. So most business, they follow you bumper to bumper, bumper to bumper, to the point whereby they get your money. Immediately they get your money, they're done with you. They don't even want to pick your call again. All right, but you don't understand, you're hurting your business, right? So imagine you keep up a relationship with your 100,000 customers that buy from you today. Next month, you might not even invest in marketing. You might not pay a dime in marketing. All you need to just reach out back to those 100,000 people and say, "Oh, come and buy again now this month now," and they're buying again this month, and you're done. So you reduce your marketing cost for the next month. So that's the retention and loyalty. So retention and loyalty for me is just that you need to also find a way to retain your customers and create loyalty. So in the sense that they don't go to another brand that comes up tomorrow, or they don't return back to their old brand. That's retention and loyalty stage for me. And the last stage for me is the advocacy stage. The advocacy stage is for me the last stage of marketing. If you could walk your customers through the marketing funnel to the advocacy stage, to the point. The advocacy stage is just that you turn your customers to your marketing materials. Now, if I was to ask everyone on this call, has there not been a point where you recommended a brand or a product to your friend? Did the brand pay you? No. But because of the relationship or because of the service and product you enjoyed from the brand, you're able to recommend it to your customers. So imagine you're able to keep 100,000 customers that you got for marketing this month, next month, next month, and you were able to follow them up baba to baba, and you walk them through the process whereby they became family, they become family with the business, to the point whereby now imagine those 100,000 people now doing marketing for you for free of charge. You're not even going to pay them. They're doing marketing for you. 100,000 people are telling another 100,000 people to come and buy from you. You might just shut down your marketing department for the next 2 months. Like, you know what? I'm not even going to invest in marketing again. And that's the advocacy stage for me. So that's the extra 2 stages I like to add to it. And that's just it. So now let's take the stages one by one. So when we're talking about awareness stage, what are we talking about awareness stage? Your awareness stage, marketing materials, your marketing information, your marketing communication should focus on number one, introducing your products. What does your products offer? What does your brand offer? What are your products and services? Why are they important? Why do your customers need this product? What solution are your products or your services offering? What are they providing? These are the marketing messages you focus on awareness stage, right? So let me move. So in the awareness stage, you help customers discover you. You help customers understand your business. You help customers understand your products and services. Get the word understand. I'm not saying buy. At the awareness stage, you cannot be saying buy. You cannot be all about buying and buying. The same way somebody cannot walk up to you on the street today and say, "Oh, see this product, buy this product," and you immediately buy the product you know nothing about. So the same way, you cannot just be advertising a product, or except there's some kind of edible product or something like that. But the same way, you cannot just come with a new brand and say product and service, and you're saying, yeah, you're shouting, come and buy, come and buy, come and patronize us on the first day that people are getting to know about your business. It makes no sense. So when it comes to awareness, basically what we're doing, we're trying to create awareness for our product and service, and we can do that via these various things. Number one, content marketing. Content marketing involves you creating high quality content that people are either searching for, that people want to read about, and everything. So remember the Google searches we saw today, over how many billion Google searches? What are people searching for? People are searching for products, they're searching for services, they're searching for brands, they're searching for solutions. So if people are looking for information about how to lose body fat, you could actually write an information about how to lose body fat if it's in line with your product. Though you could write the product, or you could write an information how to lose body fat, and people get to discover your brand by there. Oh, I read this article; it makes a lot of sense. Now they've come into the awareness of your brand, of your brand and products and services. Another one is SEO. We're going to talk about SEO as a class on its own. SEO is just like when people go on search engines, Google and everything, your business come up. And that one is SEM, which is running ads and on social media marketing, on social media, on search engine rather. Then you have social media marketing, which we're talking about today. So you can create awareness for your products, brands, services via the social media platforms, right? Generate traffic to your website where people can get to learn more about your services. You can also engage in paid traffic, such as your Google display ads, your social media ads, your mobile marketing ads. All of these stages we will talk about later, right? But these are just some things you could write down in your strategy for your awareness stage. Then lastly, on paid traffic, you could also engage in email marketing for awareness stage, right? So that's just awareness stage. So awareness, you're trying to, that's just all your marketing message is all about. Trying to introduce the product, trying to introduce services, and trying to create an awareness for the program, for the products or services you're offering. Mind you, you are not targeting sales at this point. But it's not that if somebody not DM you, please don't get me wrong. If somebody that message you that, how can I get this product? And I say, oh no, we are currently in the awareness stage, we are not selling. No, that's what I mean. But your focus is just creating awareness, right? The next thing is consideration. After someone would have come into understanding or into what's called into the awareness of a product or services, they go and they already know about the product. Now you don't want it to enter, you want them to actually buy something from you. So the next thing is that you need to take them through the consideration stage, because at that point they now know about your product. But because they have a product they're using before, Now, what do you need? What is your marketing message focusing at this point? Your marketing message will then focus at giving them information that will convince them about your products, giving them information that will convince them about your services, giving them information that will convince them about who you are, what your products and everything is all about, right? So, what are you focused on when it comes to consumer stage? These are just talking about the features that make your product valuable to others, talking about the features that make your products better than the competitors, talking about the features of your product, talking about the benefits of your product, talking about various things that could wow or spoil the minds of the customer, so they can say, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it. So in the consideration stage, your customers consider your products, so you need to help them understand how your product is valuable to them. Note, your goal at this stage is to increase customer engagement. So at this point, you want to increase customer engagement. It says that you want more people to call you, you want people to ask you about about the product, you want people to comment, you want people to send you messages, you want people to just inquire about the product. That is what you are doing at the construction stage. Now, in the construction stage, what can you be making use of? You can be making use of something like email marketing. So you can promote your products by sending emails in order to direct people to your website. In your website, when you have some content that are related to the product, right? So in this stage, you are planning your campaigns around newsletter. You can be sending people newsletter, you can send them product description, you can send them reviews of products. Maybe you have customers who have used products in the times past. You could write that out in a review, in a product review kind of thing. Send that as an email to people who have showed interest in your product, you could send them newsletters, you could send them product descriptions, right? You could release videos about how to use the product. You could use videos about how the product works. You could release videos about so many things that will just make people convinced that, oh, this product makes sense. I think I need this product, right? So you can also engage in mobile marketing, which is promoting your products by sending relevant messages to your target audience, right? So at the consumer stage, you're just trying to encourage your customers to actually buy the product, right? So I have some other things that you could write a blog article about your product. These are times you now need blog article. You could write blog article, a detailed blog article about your product. You could share testimonials of people who have used the product before. You could just so many things that could convince people to actually buy from you. You can do a demonstration video, you can do a breakdown video, an unboxing video. You can do so many things that will just make people see the product and like, man, I think I need to get this product. And that's what you are doing at the consumer stage. And the third stage, which is decision stage. Decision stage is just now that people are aware about the product, they are aware. Now you've been able to convince them and not to confuse them that the product makes sense, right? Now they will not just automatically buy. So they will move into the decision stage. At the decision stage, now what you're trying to do now is now to encourage them to actually carry out an action, conversion. Let them make a call. Sorry, let them say place an order. Let them do this, right? So at the decision stage, what are you doing? What are you doing? Your marketing message should focus on how your prices are better than your competitors, or why they actually need to take the offer right now. So this is stage when you can now start introducing your 10% discount, your 20% discount, your free delivery. No matter how you package the thing, oh, there's free delivery, there's 90% discount, and you're meeting me today for the first time, I'm not going to buy your product, right? I'm not going to buy your product. So now this is the stage whereby your discount offers and everything now come into place. It makes a whole lot of sense. You now offering that to someone who have seen the product, especially have seen the product, like, man, I really want this product. Too. Okay, I wait to see when I have money to buy it. And at that point, it cannot make sense. I say, oh, you know what? You could buy this thing now. I'll give you 50% discount. Bet, good. And I'm going to buy it, right? So at the decision stage, according to e-consultancy, they say 83% of the online audience require an encouragement to actually complete a purchase. Most people want you to push them and push them before they actually make a purchase, right? If I'm to ask how many of everybody on this call, what was the time you paid for the class? You've seen the class, maybe you've seen the adverts before, and you've probably just registered, showed interest, but you didn't make payments. You're like, okay, I'll pay later. I'll pay later. Until maybe at the dead end, maybe when you now start receiving calls from the maybe from Ken or somebody, you now start receiving calls or start receiving emails that, oh, you need to enroll for the classes, and now decide to now enroll for the class. Do you have a testifier at the house? Hallelujah. If you're in the house, just say hallelujah. All right. So at decision stage, what are you doing? So you can engage in email and mobile marketing in the sense that you can plan your campaigns to be around your discounts, to be around uh cart abandonment. So so have you ever witnessed when you go to Jumia, you add some product to your cart, but you didn't check out, you just left it there. Sometimes you now receive an email from Jumia that say or Konga that say 10% discount if you check out your cart now. What are you trying to do? They're trying to encourage you to actually, because they know they are decision stage. They're not at that time now trying to say, hey, Jumia Yakata is back again. No, they will not be sending you Jumia Yakata is back again. They will send you things that will actually make you to actually want to go place order for anything. So you could also engage in social media marketing and display ads. You could start doing some retargeting ads to people who have seen the product before. So at your decision stage, what are you doing? You're just giving the prospects offers that will make them to make the purchase, right? I'll make them to make the purchase. So that's the decision stage. Then the last two stage, which is the retention and loyalty. When I talk about retention and loyalty, right? What are we talking about? How is your after sales relationship like? Is it that when people buy something from you, that's the end of it? You don't check up on them. You could engage in retention and loyalty by doing the following things. What is it? Yeah, your post sales. So you need to nurture relationship with your customers to ensure that they remain loyal to you. So you could now start engaging in something like email marketing or mobile marketing or social media, whereby you are now sending customers additional product they could buy. So imagine a customer bought a phone today. You could send them an additional product such as phone pouch that they could also buy. Could also give you this phone pouch for 10% discount. Then number two, you need to improve your customers' buying behavior. What was the process they have to go through before they buy the product? They have to go to your website. From website, they went to WhatsApp. From WhatsApp, they came to call. From call, they went to email. No, no, no. You have to improve the customer buying experience. That is the only way they'll come back, right? Then number three question you need to answer is that will the customer refer people to us? Yes. If yes, why? If no, why? Oh, this customer will not refer people to us because it took them, maybe their products didn't get delivered on time, something like these are things you need to consider to nurture your relationship. And at this point, you can now start sending out emails to your customer to do a follow up or customer care content. This is the time you can now start sharing customer care content on your social media pages. Customer care content such as maybe you are selling a washing machine now, you can start sharing content via email or your social media page on how to wash the washing machine. I mean, how to repair, maybe some minor repairs. Oh, there was a break in circuit or something, or how to clean your washing machine and everything like that. So this is the point where you now start sharing content. Maybe you have on your YouTube page videos that could videos on how to use the product and everything like that. Videos on how to use the product, so these are content that can nurture relationship with your customers that they can get to now start being glued to you, right? So many videos on how to do that for free. You can also be sending them emails like, oh, hope you're enjoying the product. If you have any issue, you could also do a refund back or that thing. These are the kind of message you can send to them that will keep up relationship with them and they remain loyal to your brand. Now, it is the way you treat them after the sales that will determine if they're going to refer you to someone or not. And when they start referring to someone, they become an advocacy for your brand that you're not paying for. So imagine 100,000 people recommending your brand. You can, like I said, you can go 2 months without marketing, without paying a dime for marketing, and you are good to go. Okay. So now that is the customer's journey, right? So it moves from awareness to consideration to decision, then to your retention and loyalty, and to the advocacy stage. So if you could structure your marketing plan towards these stages. It's not just because you have a new product today and you want to just say, okay, let's start doing 10% discount. It doesn't work that way. You need to understand that your customers move through a journey, like it moves through a journey. So that can inform how you go ahead to create your uh your products or your services, right? Your marketing of product services. So quickly let's check buyer's persona. Let's check buyer's persona. So you need to spend a lot of time. So this customer journey will actually take a lot of time when you're creating your marketing your marketing strategy, your marketing plan, because you have to determine how long you do your awareness, what platform are you using for your awareness, what kind of content you share for awareness. Then you move into consideration, how do you do retargeting, how do you do retargeting, how do you do remarketing, what are the things you do. So you just have to identify each of these stages in your strategy. So remember, we're creating a strategy document. We're not just trying to do yeah, thing. Okay. So these yeah. Okay, so let me give us a vivid example of a brand that went through this following stage: awareness, consideration, and decision. So then let me go back to this question, right? So I'm going to use this question to give us a live example. So there was this brand that actually did a marketing for their brand. It's years ago, right? It's been years ago. So it's actually one of the things that spurred me into marketing. So I'm going to explain the brand. If you know the brand, just comment in the brand session. So the brand is a telecommunication agent, telecommunication company, right? They just came into town then, and so they let me show you how they answered or how their marketing worked. So they answered these four questions. Let me show you how they will answer the four questions. Number one, who are your customers? They rightly identify your customers to be the fathers and mothers, aunties and brothers that are using phone back then. I mean, I was talking about when phone was around, man, crazily expensive, and the SIM was around maybe 25,000, 1,000 naira. No, maybe around 1,000 naira. Right? So remember, so those phone, not everybody was using phone then. So they rightly identified their customers to be, oh, they should be civil servants who are any these, so they have phones and everything that. Bam. Where are they located? Oh, they are family people. So they always spend a lot of time with their family. They're always back home and everything like that. Number three question: what do you interact with? Oh, this was the time that Super Story was raining then. So most times they're always glued to their TV. So maybe when they go to work, they're back from work, maybe around 6 p.m. They're back in their house and they're trying to relax. They just finished having dinner and they're trying to relax, watching TV. So is that watching Super Story, they're watching NTA News, this kind of thing. So that's what they interact with. They watch all this family sitcom. So good. How can I reach them? Okay, so how we can reach them is to create an ads that will show to them during Super Story or when they're at home watching TV, maybe NTA News and everything. Now, perfect. So they've answered these four questions. Now, let me show you how they went through the buyer's journey. So they went through the buyer's journey. Number one, they know they have to create an awareness, right? So they did a TV jingle. So the TV jingle is so simple. Like they had a leap. So they wanted to create an awareness for their brand. Number one, so they used their brand color as a background. Number two, they showed a lady a leap, just a leap, no face, nothing, just a leap, and there was a zip or there was zipper across the lip. So the lip was zipped, like the lip was zipped, like just when you put a zipper on the lip and the lip was zipped. And they were showing that on what's it called Super Story break time. So when there's Super Story break time, the that ad shows up. The ads were showing up for like maybe 1 minute or thereabout, and that was the only thing. And they were playing their brand song, maybe ton or something there. So that ad was running for like weeks, right? That ads were running for weeks. They didn't do anything else. Just there was no logo, just the brand color and the brand song and everything like that. And the house was just like so the house just come up after maybe a minute, it goes back to Spastory or something like that. And that was what we're doing. Now what they were trying to do, we're trying to create an awareness. How they were trying to create an awareness? They were trying to create awareness by creating curiosity. So everybody was like, who is these people? Like, so they started getting attention of people like, who is these people that you're showing ads like that way? So everybody was now looking forward to now seeing the ads again, seeing the ads again. Oh, who are these people now? Who are these people? Understand? So they're doing that. Maybe so after some weeks, they now open these zipper to like half. They open the zipper to like half and they start running that one for like another set of weeks. If you know the brand I'm talking already, you can just comment it. So they open the zipper to like half already. Let me see. Someone just commented. Mary. So they open the zipper to like half, right?
They opened the zipper to like half, and they were playing that for another set of weeks. Then later on, so the curiosity has been, they've created a lot of curiosity about like, who is this brand, who are they? And guess what, they've been able to sell their color to us. Like, everybody knew that color immediately. You hear that sound, even if you're in the kitchen and you hear that sound, you run outside. These people have started out their ads again. You run outside and view it. What are you doing? They're creating a top of the mind awareness, right? So that was that. So they did that for another set of weeks. Then the final week, they now opened the zip, or the zipper to the end. They opened the zipper to the end, and then they introduced their logo and their motto, which is now, yeah. So Mary and Pedro got it. So they opened the zipper to the end, and they now opened the lip and said, Etisalat, now you're talking. And that was the ad. Man, like, I can't forget that ad up to today. I can't, because that was just, they were able to stick to my mind and that was just awareness, right? Then so that was the ads was done. Then the next week they started pushing out a different ad, like, oh, we are Tisalat, we have a per seconds billing of 1 naira per seconds billing, or 5 naira per second billing. I don't know what they mean by that. But now they started introducing their feature, right? For us to now consider them. They started introducing their feature. Oh, we have a per seconds billing. Our coverage is, and we cover 36 states of Nigeria. We are these, they started just giving us things that will make us more consider them. Then finally, another set of ads now start coming up, like, buy your sim for maybe 15 naira. I don't know, I'm just saying rubbish. Buy your sim for like around maybe 15 naira, get an umbrella for free, that kind of thing. Decision, oh, we are at every store. Maybe we're at Ebanos supermarket. Ebanos was not existing then. So maybe we're at Total Filling Station. Understand? You can get us at your retailer store. That's not what I'm trying to mean. So their marketing message changed at that point. Now you could see how they've been successfully walked us through these stages without even like, if you get what I mean now. So now, would it have make a lot of sense if they just come up and say, the first day they are coming on, just come and say, oh, it's that now you are talking, we have per seconds billing, blah 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 blah, buy now. I never like, oh shit, let me continue watching mine. But you can see the way they've been able to work their marketing message through that stage. They know people are already using MTN, people are already using one network or the other. We need to create a grand entrance. So that's one, right? Then some brands also create an entrance via pricing, right? Pricing. So you just need to know how you create an awareness. So that's been determining your conversation message, right? Now, take for instance, if you know Super Commando came in, and they were not trying to market, what's it called? They were not trying to market. I guess I'll explain that later. Let's move on. Okay, I don't want to give out all the juice finish. So let's quickly talk about bias persona. So what do you mean by bias persona? So you might be wondering, oh, Mark has been shouting, know your audience, know your audience. So how do you know your audience? So how do you know your audience is bias persona? It's something we call bias persona. A bias persona is a semi-fictional representation rather of your ideal customer based on market research and real data about your existing customers. So now, for all of you asking, how do you know your customers? This is how you know your customers. Bias persona. There's something called bias persona. So bias persona is like a best certificate for your customers, which where it includes the day they were born and everything. I'm just joking. So where it includes like a detailed information about them, their name, their age, their location, everything. So like this gives you a pictorial representation of who your customers are. Now, how do you get your customers? You get your customers, number one, from your existing customers. And I'm going to show us the details we need. Oh, you have existing customer. You have like 100 people who are buying something from you already. You can create a bias persona from them. All you need to do is gather the 10 people together. Then look at the similarity. Look at something that is similar or familiar between all of them. You see something. You see a connection between all of them that makes them to buy from you. That's one. Then number two, you can also do a market research. Now, a bias persona is the first step for you to understand your audience and blah blah blah. Now let's go see how we could create a bias persona. So when you want, let me share a different screen. Uh, okay, so Ken has disabled my screen again. Okay, so let me quickly share this with us.
Okay, so in creating your bias persona, these are the things you need. Number one, you start from the demography. So demography includes age, gender. Okay, so to fill out your bias persona, these are the basic details you need. Number one, demography. Start from the graph. So, what's the age? What's their age? What's their gender? Age range, right? So now, if you are using your existing customers to determine this, or you're going to just group all of them together, look at their age range. Oh, you can score. Oh, my most of my buyers are from age 20 to 25. Gender, or most of them are males, or most of them are females, or both. Marital status, location rather. Location sometimes is being determined by where your business is located. Sometimes you might discover that most of my customers are coming from the island, but my business is located on mainland. Why? You that will give you a reason, right? Or most of my customers are located from the mainland, meaning okay, so I'm not appealing to the island people, so my marketing should just focus on the mainland, something. So marital status, sometimes marital status, you can consider marital status in terms of if your business is related to something that's with marital status. For instance, if you are an event planner, maybe a wedding event, you sell wedding accessories, you cannot be targeting married people. It makes no sense. Married people are no longer your audience. So sometimes you need to consider marital status. Another one is educational level. So if your business also sometimes requires some sort of level of education, they also need to consider the educational level. Then you move into interest and likes. What are the interests of these people? What interests them? What are the likes of these people? Oh, they like or they have interest in bodybuilding. They uh uh they like this kind of music, they like kind of movie, they like this kind of artist, they like this kind of personality, or they are this or that. Then next thing you move into job. What is their job title like? Oh, are they managers or are they interns or are they marketing managers or are they you understand? So the job their job title. Then you move into industry. What industry they belong to? Oh, these people are mostly in the administrative industry, or these people are mostly in the entrepreneurs. They are in the arts and entertainment. Income level sometimes also been needed for some certain business. For instance, if you are into real estate, you are selling a property of 30 million naira and you're targeting someone who has an income of 100,000 naira a month. How does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. How many years is it going to take you guys to save up? Except if you have a payment plan or a partial payment plan. So sometimes income level also needs to be considered in your. So okay, my income level people are people that earns at least a million naira per month. Then the people you are focusing. So that is what buyers persona to do. Gives you a detailed uh, a detailed understanding of who your customers are. Then next thing you move into pain points and problems. What are the pain points of these people? What are the problems of people that my product offers solution to? Oh, these people always forget their password. They always remember their password. So I have they have an app that makes you store your password and you can always remember that. That will be your selling point. That will be your selling point. So you need to identify the pain points and how your product is offering solutions or offering solutions to that pain point or that problem of the customer, right? And that question to yourself, why would they buy from you? Why would they buy from you? Oh, they will buy from you because of price. And that was when I wanted to explain Super Commando, right? So Super Commando. So why would they buy from you? Can also inform your marketing message. So imagine when Super Commando came into business now. Super Commando was not the first energy drink. We have so many energy drinks that are dominating the market already. But how did Super Commando came in? Commando came in by on the price level, right? So Super Commando is one of the cheapest, or the at least the cheapest energy drink out there, right? So now, if they are going to be creating marketing messages, they need to start shouting, "Oh, energy drink! You need to do energy drink." If they are smart enough, what they need to focus on will be price. Why? Everybody already knows energy drink. Everybody knows Monster. Everybody knows Red Bull. Everybody knows Bullet. No, sorry. Everybody knows all those energy drinks, right? So why do you also want to focus on the same message everybody shouting? Drink energy and get boosted or something like that. You need to focus on your other strength, which is your price. So what you're supposed to be shouting your marketing message should be price for just 150,000 15 naira, for just 150 naira, for just 200 naira, blah blah blah. So why would they buy from you? You also can also determine your marketing message. So why would they buy from you could be, you could also determine that. Then last thing is, why won't they buy from you? Why won't they buy from you also determines can help you to determine your marketing message or can help you to determine your offerings. Oh, why won't they buy from me? They won't buy from me because they cannot cough out 1 million naira at once. Oh, okay, then we can create a partial payment plan. Oh, why won't they buy from me? They could not buy from me because they already have a software they're using. Okay, let us give them 1 month free trial, 1 month free trial for the software. So why do you think all those foreign softwares always give you 1 month free trial? They know what they are doing. They know because you might not want to cough out money to buy the software immediately. So let us give you a taste. Use the software for 1 month for free or for 7 days. Then you feel like you can pay, then you go ahead and pay. So now with all these things, so some of these last two things can also inform your marketing message. So you already know why people won't buy from you. They won't buy from you because they already have a software they're using. Okay, let your marketing message focus on free trials, 1 month free trial. Enjoy 1 month free trial today. YouTube music. Enjoy 1 month free trial today. Boom, play music. So that could also determine your focus for your for your marketing message, right? So that's about bias persona. So how do you determine your bias persona? Your audience, just you could do that at the top of your mind, right? Without you having an audience, you can just say, okay, let me just feed this thing with my own initiative, right? Then you could also, if you have existing customers already, you could just put them together, and you see definitely something, uh, what's it called, relate thing or something that joins all of them together. That you can then determine, oh, this is my ideal buyer, right? So when you have that down, that works for a lot of buyers. So you know, okay, my buyers are from age 18 to 24. They are this, they are that, they are this, they are that. So when you're engaging in social media marketing, you know the people you are targeting directly, and sometimes it also informs the kind of message you also push out. So this is like an example, or although you don't have to fill out all this for your own audience, right? If you follow the summary I gave you, you are good to go. But this is like an example of this. So this business already know who their buyers are, right? They are within the late 30s and early 70s. Their income level is around $70,000. They spend more time on Facebook, on Instagram, and this. Their goals, their challenges. These are things that they could use for their marketing messages. All right, let's move. Social media marketing goals. What are the various social media marketing goals you could have? So when you are before you start anything on your social media, you need to have a goal. What is the goal? What do you want to achieve? Now, your goal has to be smart. Number one is that it has to be specific. You must set real numbers. What do you want to accomplish? Oh, okay. I want to get sales, or I want to create brand awareness. You must have a target or a specific thing you want to do, so that you don't see this one doing a bonanza or doing promo, and it's like, oh, let me go and do promo. No, You must know what is your goal. Your goal must be specific, right? The next thing is going to be measurable. Your goal must be measurable, right? How do you want to evaluate the extent to which the goal has been met? So you have to put a number to it. Your goal must be trackable. Okay, so I want an increase. I want 25% increase in our followership. Then you know what you're targeting. Or 25% followership in our increase in our followership, or 125% sales from our online efforts. Then you know what you're talking about. Then attainable. The goal can be challenging, must be possible. You don't want to say, oh, you cannot say I want 1 million followership in 1 month or in 1 week. That's literally okay. That is not impossible though, but from me, I say like, it's impossible, but it's not impossible. But it's impossible. So your goal should be attainable. Your goal should be attainable, right? Then about R relevant. Can you achieve this goal with your capacity and resources, right? So, for instance, can you achieve it? You want to attain, let's say, 20 million impression or 20 million followership, and you are dropping a budget of 1,000 naira, meaning your resources cannot give you that, right? Another thing is in your capacity. For instance, you say you want to sell 100,000 products per month, but your production facility can only accommodate 10,000 products production per month. So how do you want to meet up with 100,000 production per month? So meaning your goal should be relevant. Then lastly, timely. Put a deadline to it. Your awareness stage, put a deadline to it. Your consideration stage, put a deadline to it. Everything you're doing, they must have a deadline to it. So that's your social media goals, right? Quickly, let's talk about KPIs, and I think that'll be the end. So social media KPIs, what are the major social media KPIs you need to consider? Number one, your KPIs could be in form of reach, it could be in form of engagement, it could be in form of return on investment and retention and loyalty. So when we're talking about reach, what are the KPIs we're talking about? So reach, when we're talking about reach, if you want to set KPIs based on reach, you can set KPIs based on followership count. How many individuals follow your social media channels, right? You could also do that based on mentions. How many times was a brand mentioned across social media? Impression, how many times was the content viewed across social media platforms? So these are KPIs. So somebody can set a KPI for you, like, want to have like 10,000 followership, or want at least engagement rate. Our engagement rate should go up at least 50%. That's KPI. That's under reach. But when it comes to engagement, you can also set your KPIs to be under numbers of likes, numbers of comments, numbers of shares, numbers of retweets, numbers of reviews people drop for you, numbers of ratings. This can be your KPIs under engagement. You can say, okay, you know what, for our engagement KPIs, we want at least 20,000 likes on our content for the month. We want to receive at least 1 million shares for the content in a month. That's engagement. Another KPI that you can set could be on the return on investment. So meaning direct sales revenue. What sales revenue do you want to recoup from your social media marketing, from your social media activities? Okay, I want at least 1 million sales, right? Then lead conversions. Lead conversions is just that how many people were you able to convert to customers from your social media marketing activities. The lifetime value is going to be on loyalty, retention, and loyalty. How many people actually now became uh, ardent followers of your brand and they stick solely to your brand? Yeah. Oh, okay. Quickly, let me share this too. So, if you have questions, please start getting your questions ready as we are rounding up the class. So, social media tools. Social media. These are some social media tools you can make use of. So, for you to find more content, for you to schedule posts, because maybe if you finally have an account on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you're not wondering how can I be posting every time that. So these are some of the tools that can make you, make your work effective and everything. So you have Suit, you have Buffer, you have Spark Social. You can go check all these out to see what they actually do. Some of them help you to schedule content to be shared. Some of them give you reports on your social media activity, so you know if you are performing well or not. Uh, yeah. So some of them are free, some of them are paid, some of them have some trial versions and everything like that. So you could note that down. Suits, Buffer, and Sprout Social. Those are the ones. No, they are not limited to this. You can still go on Google to search for social media too. But at least I could recommend these three for you.
So, okay, so how do you become a great social media marketer? Number one, you must set a social media marketing plan. You must have a plan. You don't just jump up and say, okay, I'm doing social media today. You must have a plan. What you are doing this week, what you are doing next week, what you are doing 1 month from now. There must be a plan that. Number, you also need to create an informative, shareable, actionable, and relevant content. Your content has to make sense. Then number two, keep your visuals appealing. Your visuals have to be appealing. Don't go and look for uh graphics that doesn't make sense, right? Your visuals have to be appealing. Then be active and responsive. Be active and responsive. Not that you post today, then 1 month later we are hearing from you again. No, you have to be in the faces of people if you really want to achieve something. Number three is that you must measure, pay attention to analytics. You must pay attention to your analysis. You must measure your conversion rate, measure your engagement rate, measure your content, which content is performing well. Those are the ones you want to pay attention to, all those ones, right? So yeah, that's your point. Okay, so I'm going to round up with this by saying the best marketing doesn't feel like marketing. Do not make your customers know you're marketing to them. You need to treat them like individuals. You need to treat them like business owners. You need to make it look as if you're not just out for their money. You're not just out for their pocket. You're also out for their, like just make them feel this is not marketing, right? And yeah, so yeah, perfect. So with that, I'm gonna call it a day for social media markets. So if you have any questions, now then we take questions. So I hope it's been hope you enjoyed yourself and it's been valuable, and I hope you have a different perspective of social media marketing now. Our next class is going to be on social media advertising, which is going to be the practical aspect of social media marketing. So how can we make use of the social media space to create awareness, to create consideration, to create sales and everything for our business. So that's what we're talking about, running ads, the various advertising platform and everything we can make use of social media. So that's going to be the next class. So we just have to take this theoretical class so that the practical can make sense. We're not just jump and start teaching you how to run Facebook ads without you understanding why you need to run ads or what are you running ads for. All right, perfect. So yeah, so I've been talking for a minute. So okay, right. So Ken is already on my next. So if you have any questions, please kindly signify now or drop in chat box. I mean, we can run through the questions. Oh yeah, there was a question. Okay, so I hope I've been able to answer Francis' question number two, based on the last slides I shared. Yeah, perfect. All right, so everybody is silent, like this makes no sense or something. Okay, so if you have any question, please kindly do so now before going away. Then someone would ask question about email marketing. You could do that now. Yeah, I think. Okay, so I need to check if my mic is working. Ken, mic check. Okay, because it seems like everybody just silent. Everybody's silent. Hello. Does it not make sense? It was like okay, fine. So Benga, just a comment. This is detailed. Thank you. Oh, perfect. Okay, fine. Everybody's not talking. Yeah, make me look as if when you want to send a voice note or voice notes and you forgot to press the voice note icon and you're just talking, you're stuck finished and you're like now to use your hand and that time that's called that you didn't press anything. So that's what people are making me feel in class like everybody just went silent like there's too much information to retain and process. Yeah, but at least people speak now. Talk as let me know that okay. Not tell me that oh perfect okay, but we are digesting information. So as if you need time to digest. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. At least now you can respond. I thought my mic was not working. Like, hello, church. All right. So, yeah. So the class being recorded. Let's say that again. Class being recorded. The recording made available. Uh, some hours after the class. So you can go to LMS to watch the the classes back again. And for the night students, I don't know you. Hi, I'm greeting in advance. If you're gonna watching this in the night, hi and welcome to night school. My name is Mark, and I hope you can rewind and watch the class back again. If you have any question, uh, you're going to get the last part of how to be a great social media marketer. Okay, so I'm going to share screen here. So if you have any questions, please, the Telegram group is always available for the night student and for night student. I don't know about for the night student and for the day students. The so just if you're a nice student, right? So these are good. If you're a nice student and you're watching this replay back later on, so just go to the Telegram group and say, "Hi, nice students. I just finished watching or something." Just so you can know who are the nice and who are the day student. All right, so perfect. So I hope it's been a wonderful time with you all and you got value for your time. And so you could still go back and go digest it, right? Go back and digest it. And yeah, so if you have not done the email assignment, I think I get some comments already this early this morning. So you could still go share your email. Then for today's class, the assignment is going to be go create uh, if you what I want to say, I want to say something. I want to say something. Okay, assignment. So assignment for today's class is going to be uh, thanks a lot to the presenter. Uh, Emmanuel, Emmanuel has, Emmanuel has finished me. Emmanuel just come and presenter. Okay, so assignment is going to be on go create a social media. Adams, Adams is laughing. Emmanuel just come and presenter. All right, so you're welcome. Ken, can you? Oh, okay. Let me just give out the assignment before I start being with you. So the assignment is going to be go create a social media strategy document, right? A detailed social media strategy document, and it's buyer persona, a buyer's persona for your business. If you have a business, you can make use of a a make believe or a make make believe make believe so a non-existing business, just used to practice. So go write a strategy document, awareness stage, constitution stage, what are your plans, your content, your everything. Just go write a vivid, a base like a rich social media market, a strategy document. And yeah, so that'll be the assignment for today. So thank you all very much, and I wish you all a wonderful week ahead. See you all, Telegram group. I'll see you all next week, Monday. Please, I didn't get the assignment. The assignment is number one, go create a social media strategy document. And number two, create a buyer's persona for a business, either for a business or for your business, basically. Perfect. So thank you all for tuning in for today's class. Thank you all for tuning in to this station since I'm presenter now. So thank you all for tuning to this station. Catch you same station, same dial next week, Monday. Going. Good night, Nigeria.